Oh my goodness, technical difficulties ain't even the word for real. Now y'all are up here. Okay. So clearly I have forgotten how to do everything YouTube related, which is why I'm here now. I don't even know if I want to go down the YouTube rabbit hole. I'm just gonna talk. I have been struggling a little bit and going back and forth with myself and kind of beating myself up because I started my YouTube channel. And when I started my YouTube channel, I was really excited. I was really passionate about it. And I wanted to help women. I still want to help women. And it's been such a struggle to do that though. And it's been so frustrating feeling like I'm called to do something, but not knowing how to do it or being afraid to do it. I feel like when I first started, I just didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know what I was doing. And I didn't really think about the downside or the negative consequences, I guess you could say, that could come with being online. And so when I got the backlash that I did when I started getting more traction on my channel, it really threw me off and it made me understand how much I cared too much about what other people think. And I was like, I need to step away and work on that. So I did. I stepped away and I worked on it. And there was a time or two where I tried to dip my foot back into YouTube again, between when I first monetized it and now. And it didn't stick. It didn't work. And part of the reason that I think it didn't work is because my heart wasn't really all the way in just like the purely natural hair content anymore. I didn't know what else to talk about. Like I do pretty much the same things with my hair. I'm pretty boring when it comes to hair. I'm not the one that you're going to see doing a whole bunch of hairstyles and doing a whole bunch of different things and like trying out all these products and spending a bunch of money on a whole bunch of products. That's just not me. I stick to the things that I know. I stick to what I enjoy. I might get out of my comfort zone a little bit. And I like to spend my life doing things that are not my hair. So I was like, I don't know what other hair content I'm supposed to make. And so I dove deep into different products. I dove deep into different processes for natural hair. And I felt like I was stuck and I was stagnant and I didn't know what else I was supposed to do. I just knew I wanted to help women. I just knew I wanted to help women, and I knew I especially wanted to help women that look like me. And I didn't know how to do that. I especially didn't know how to do that in a way that people would listen. I have this belief in my brain that nobody wants to watch me and nobody wants to hear what I have to say. And I do not want to cry on here. I do not want to do that, but I have that belief and want to stop believing that. And I think I've just come to the conclusion that it's going to take me like actually just trying and going for it in order for me to change that belief. Because even before I did natural hair, I wanted to share about, like, growing up, I always wanted to have a big sister. I'm the oldest in my family. I am the big sister. And I always wished that I had a big sister to ask different questions to and to get advice from and to talk about life with. And whether it's about dating and relationships or about finances, like I just wish I always wanted a big sister to be able to talk through that with, but I didn't have that big sister. Um, and so I've always wanted to be that big sister for other people. And I do it in different ways. Like I work with children and I train people who work with children. So there are different ways that I kind of get to do that and I get to kind of mentor women. But I want to do it in a different way. And I've been trying to figure out how I share myself with the internet and with people on the internet, with other women. Like how do I share myself with other women? how do I be authentic? How do I do all that while making sure that what I'm saying is relevant to them and helpful to them? Um, so I've just kind of been on that journey of figuring it out, and I finally just gotten to the point where I'm like, I'm going to just do it. I'm going to just do it. I'm going to just try my best to figure it out, to put some things together and see what happens. So, um, honestly, though, I don't think that I would have even been able to get to that point without some of the changes and the shifts that I've made in my life. I have had to cut a lot of people off over the years. And some people I didn't even cut off. I just kind of let them cut themselves off. I just, they just kind of drifted away, or I set a boundary and they decided that that's not a boundary that they were willing to abide by. So they just kind of like, they're not really in my life anymore. But some people I had to actively cut out. And then there were also other people that I had to invite in. So while I was learning how to set boundaries, because I am very much a recovering people pleaser, while I was learning how to set boundaries, I was losing a lot of people, and it felt very devastating. I realize now that I was creating a lot of space to let healthy love in. And without doing that, without the people that I have in my life right now who are supportive, I don't think I'd be able to be doing this right here, just like trying to figure it out. So, um, I would really love to hear from y'all. What are some challenges that you face that you feel like maybe are not addressed when you're trying to look for solutions? Whether it's like no one on the line on the line, no one on the inters of net is talking about this, and you wish that you could hear someone's perspective that you haven't heard. I just like to know what else outside of here y'all would like to hear about and learn about and talk about and chat about. Just what things you're struggling with, what things would be helpful to know. I'm going to be transitioning from hair to talking more about just kind of those big sister chats kind of thing. And I want to consistently do live feeds. I'm thinking about doing live feeds once a week and setting it up where people can actually hop on here with me and have an actual conversation instead of just the chat feature. I want people to be able to talk. Like, I don't know, I would really love for y'all to just be like girlfriends, where we're on here, every week hanging out, chatting, talking, having a good time. We might get into some topics that are more in depth. We just have a community of people that we can talk to, lean on, share with, like count on to have those tough conversations with, because I feel like so many people don't have that in their day-to-day lives. I'm blessed that I feel like I have like one or two people that I can really dive in and have the tough talks with. But I feel like friendships are so much harder as an adult. And so without those friendships means you don't get, I don't know, you don't get to have those talks that leave you energized when you walk away from them. So I'd love for this to be a space for those talks, for people to come and join and chat. And we can talk about, I don't know, we can talk about anything. So that's what I'm pivoting to. I'm also going to be making, of course, pre-made videos as opposed to just doing live streams. So I'll be doing that as well. But y'all are gonna see me popping up. Hopefully, please wish me luck. Like, send me prayers, send me good vibes, because I am. Oh, hi, Melody. It's been not really many people in here, so I'm excited to even see anything from you. I like that idea, live chats. I think many women are in a season of trying to find community. Yes, I'm there myself. And I just find myself craving the company of other women. I really just want to be in community with other women. And it seems like it's gotten so hard to do. Like, has that been your experience? Like, where do you even make friends? Where do you talk to people? Because I feel like the friends that I've had, since college or since high school, but I don't really have a lot of new friends as an adult. Some of that's probably my fault because friendships are hard. Yeah, that's been your experience too. Friendships are hard. One, friendships take effort, but also I feel like in life there's so many challenges, and I don't think people always like to talk about other people's challenges, if that makes sense, or even share their own. I think vulnerability is hard, but that's what I'd really love to do. I'd love to have, I want to call it Sister Circle. You don't see it on this live feed thumbnail because I failed at the first live feed that I just did a few minutes ago and I had to start it over. But I want to do like Sister Circle, and for us to just be able to come and hop in, and I'll put like a link in the chat that people can click if they want to come and be on camera, or you can come just so you can actually talk, but maybe keep your camera off. I'd love for that to be an option. So I think next week when I do this, I'm probably going to do this next Friday at the same time, at 6:00 Central, 7:00 Eastern Standard Time. I think I'm going to have a link, and hopefully we can get some people in here chatting it up, even if it's just one other person, even if it's just you. That would be fun. I think it would be fun. But maybe we can invite some people. Maybe if I actually publicize it earlier than the day before, more people will come, and then we can have like a real girl chat. I really would love to have girl chats. But so yeah, that's the direction I'm going. That's what you can expect to see from me. I am pushing through a lot of fears, a lot of discomfort right now because this is all very scary to me. But I think that it's going to be very much worth it, and we'll see what happens. But yeah, if there's anything that you want to see, anything that you want to talk about, if there's certain discussion topics, maybe I can figure out a way where y'all can suggest discussion topics ahead of time, and we can go from there. But I am going to wrap up this live feed, and I'm going to be back here next week. So come back next week. I'm going to be posting more videos. Something that I haven't like made a big announcement about, and I probably won't, is that I'm doing another 30-day challenge where I am posting a video every day for 30 days. And so I'm in the midst of that and scripting stuff for that, just writing things for that. And so we're going to see how that goes. The videos that I have coming up right now are about self-sabotage. What is self-sabotage and why do we do it? And how do we stop doing it? And I have another video that's going to be coming out about budgeting. I have been super into budgeting right now. My husband will probably tell you that he's equally parts loving it and annoyed by it because I will talk his head off about it. But I'm going to be doing a video that's about budgeting for beginners because I feel like there were no videos, there was no information out there where it made sense, like what other people were talking about, where it made sense, where it worked, and where it was easy. Like, I'm not filling out a bunch of spreadsheets every single month. I did that for a little while, but it just took so long doing all those spreadsheets. I didn't want to do that. And, budgeting week by week, that's not really a thing that works, or paycheck by paycheck. There's just so many flaws in what I saw. So those are some of the videos that I have coming up. Oh, maybe I can share some of the topics that I have in mind, and y'all can tell me like if what your thoughts are on them. Let me see. Let me get my little notebook. My little notebook. Melody, I just want you to know that you brightened my day because I was so nervous to get on here and say anything. Even if you're not on here anymore, you still brighten my day. Because I was like, nobody's going to come, but it's going to be okay. And I'm just going to like talk to myself, and maybe eventually when I'm more consistent on YouTube, more people will come. Okay, some ideas that I had were. I'm very glad that you're here. Some ideas that I had were. I literally have like a list. I have a list of ideas, and there's like another list on this other notebook. Anyways, things like budgeting, maybe like kitchen essentials for people who maybe are just now like moving into their first place, or cooking with like bare minimum kitchen tools. Basic recipes, basic natural makeup. The makeup tutorials I feel like are for experts, and I am not an expert in the makeup department. I didn't wear makeup for like my whole life, and I started wearing makeup a little bit sometimes every once in a while a few years ago. But like I have on makeup right now, but it probably doesn't really look like I have on a bunch of makeup right now because I try to make all my makeup look like I don't have makeup on my face. So yes, like the simple like Instagram makeup as opposed to like people are drawing shapes and stuff on their face or doing like a full beat. I don't go anywhere with a face of makeup like that. I only wear like the full beat makeup when I'm doing a literal photo shoot. Like when I have a photo shoot that I'm doing. Let's see. Uh Credit, like how to build credit. I've helped some of my friends really build their credit. I've helped a couple people build their credit because I know a little something about that. How to pay taxes, clothing and style on a budget, um, buying versus leasing a car, which one's better, healthy versus unhealthy conflict, what they look like, things about dating, things about maintaining physical health and mental health, how to have boundaries, I think will be a big one. There'll probably be several videos about different things to do with boundaries just because I realized how many things in my life that did not go well were a result of me not having boundaries. Like everything from my like identity being stolen and them like signing my name on a loan without my permission, like somebody in my family that is very close in my family that may or may not had a role in me existing at all, to like things with exes and who I've dated. So like I look back on my life and I was like, if I had more boundaries, people probably wouldn't think that they could do this kind of stuff to me. And then also wouldn't I wouldn't have accepted that treatment from people. So yeah. Yeah, you're right, Melody. Boundaries I think is a big one. It's always going to be a big one. Let's see. What else do I have on here? Networking, because networking is not what I thought networking was. That's not the right way to network. Quick and easy junk food substitutions. I am going to do a natural hair masterclass. I'm not going to never do anything about natural hair ever again at all. What I am going to do though is, what am I going to do? Is like a masterclass where I talk about every single step and like all of the things that you need to know about natural hair. And if you just watch this one video, you'll know everything that you really need to know. That's what I'm planning on doing, is compiling it, because I think people get a little, I don't know, confused or frustrated with it in different places in smaller little snippets. Some people just like, I don't know, want more information on one place. Things like how to do laundry. Some people don't know how to do laundry, or like how to clean certain things. Dealing with breakups, morning routines for a productive day, self-care practices, navigating your 20s, and like life lessons that I wish I knew. If there's any thoughts or any like ideas that you have, or it's like, I'd like to know about that, let me know. Feel free. I'm probably going to be putting out a poll or something in the little community chat. Career advice, because the way that jobs are interesting, in terms of how you go about getting jobs. It's not just submitting an application. It's not necessarily the only way, or the best way. Dealing with family expectations and pressures, adulting 101, so like basic life skills you need as an adult. Setting and achieving goals. how to be a good friend. Something that I've realized in the last maybe 2 years or so is that being a good friend is challenging because friends are a burden. Like, I think that that's not something that I understood for a really long time. I was so afraid of being a burden to other people that I prevented myself from making friends. And I don't think I always put in the effort to have friends. And what I understand now is that friends are a burden. Any relationship that you have is a burden. My husband is a burden. I'm a burden. We're all burdens, but it's like burdens that people choose. Um, and so I feel like that could be good to talk about. Let's see. How to thrift. I really like thrift shopping, but I realize it's a skill to thrift shop in like a way that's effective and not overwhelming. Um, Closet essentials, the importance of female friendships, all kinds of different things I have on here. I really want to talk about some dating topics too. Yeah, like certain questions to ask when you're dating, things to look for when you're dating. Fun fact, this is something that I'll also talk about. My husband and I, we got married in October. So I guess he's probably still count as a newlyweds, but we got married in October. And we got married 1 year from the first day that we started dating. So we got married on our anniversary. So I basically went from being single to being married in a year, which some people might think is crazy. You never find anything at the thrift store? JK. There's such good stuff. You got to know how to, I guess, got to go in there with a plan. But and thank you. Yes, I basically went from being single to being married in like a year. And I think that I could only do that because of some things that I learned along my dating journey. So I'd like to share that. Not to say that the things that I've learned would lead it, anybody who knew those things to, being married in a year, but also I'm now 30. So I'm past 25. My brain's fully developed. I've had my ups and downs. You know, as people probably know on here, I don't know, put it on here, but I was engaged before and I broke off that engagement. So I was like, the next person that I say yes to, it's gonna be that's what it is. Otherwise, I'm saying no. I should have said no to that other person. But anyways, you live and you learn. So yes, those are some of the things that I am thinking about talking about. And we're going to see how it goes because I've been freaking out a little bit, but I think it'll be okay. So, yes, I'm going to end it here. But yeah, next week, I think I'm going to plan on having more of a actual sister circle. So if you know anyone who wants to come on here and chat, let me know. But I'm also going to pub it. I'm going to get it out there on all the different channels so people know. And hopefully we can have a good group of women to come and chat and talk. Thank you. You've literally made my heart so happy. I appreciate you, and I hope that I see you soon in another one of these, and maybe on video when I get to get the little thing that I'm going to need in order to do like the actual sister chat thing. So have a great night, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.